Has been serving kids across the Southeast for 100 years now this year, and of course it is not slowing down anytime soon. Camp Coleman, a beautiful attraction tucked in the woods of Trussville, Alabama, and since 2025 marks a century of good times gathered around the campfire. We had to bring in Karen Peterlin to hear what celebrations are now in store. Karen, welcome to the show, and again, huge congratulations.
Thank you.
To everyone who has made this possible. First, again, 100 years. How does an attraction like this reach this kind of milestone? A lot of history.
Well, first of all, it's iconic to Girl Scouts, and the out of doors is iconic to Girl Scouts, and it's a important part of our program.
Yeah.
And so we were very fortunate over 100 years ago that Gertrude Coleman and her husband, and actually it goes back to William Crawford from William Gordon Crawford from Tennessee Coal and Iron, that felt families were necessary in taking care of families during the steel industry. And so Girl Scouts became a real important part of the community. And so from that, Gertrude Coleman was named the first commissioner of Girl Scouts in Jefferson County.
Wow.
By our founder, Julia Gordon Lowe. And then, unfortunately, she passed away in childbirth before she got to realize the camp opening. But her husband then had $300, plus then a group of individuals went to the community chest in Jefferson County, secured a $4,000 loan, purchased 166 acres at $27.50 an acre of great, beautiful property on the Cahaba River, where our girls for 100 years have endured great traditions and life and leadership skill development.
My goodness. I love historical context for anything. I love reading about, again, how it started, and to think that, yeah, these girls were a big help during that time, especially 100 years ago. And even fast forward to now, they learn incredible life skills. So for Karen, for people who haven't been before, kind of tell me what a typical camp experience might look like, the things these girls learn, and certainly building friendships along the way.
So, we have our traditional Girl Scout activities, where, hiking, swimming, tree identification, all the outdoor skills. But along with that, our founder, Julia Gordon Lowe, said, we had to evolve as an organization. We could never stay stagnant. We had to be able to give the leadership skill and life skills of girls as they grew. So now a lot more, we not only look at the environmental piece and the basic skills, but we look at the STEM. So we look at the science, technology, engineering, math functions behind, and so we do art in the outdoors, we do math in the outdoors.
Wow.
And so we look at, how the girls can get those skills that they're always going to have for a lifetime.
I think there's always a special feeling in being part of something that, as you said, has been here for a century. And I think it's in the same place. That's always even more special, right? I mean, we know that things kind of evolve and move on and get reconstructed and what have you. But to know, you're walking around woods that women 100 years ago were walking around. What does that feel like, again, equipping now the next generation?
So, at least the girls don't have to trudge across the river and get left off at the train station and carry their bags. Yeah, so they don't have to carry their bags from the train station. But some of the basic skills, swimming in the Cahaba River. At one time, we have some pictures that, they referred to a little area in the river that was called a pool. Well, now we have a real pool.
Right.
We have a real pool on campus, but they still swim in that same area.
Yeah.
They kayak and they canoe. They get to go hiking. We have a place called Ferry Rock or Sunset Point. It's the same place for over, for 100 years that girls and women have had that experience in Girl Scouts.
I love it. There's something too just so Americana about camp, right? Summer camp, we know, is a part of so many people's childhoods, and to think that that is continuing on, again, not stopping anytime soon, we want to stress. And even more so, you got a big celebration coming up this weekend. Tell us what's going to go down May 3rd to celebrate 100 years.
Well, we have the weather didn't cooperate with us.
Sure.
Girl
Scouts, though, they go on.
So we kind of pivot. So we're going to go to tomorrow on the 3rd. We're going to do more an open house and indoor type activities.
Okay.
And so it's going to be more limited, but then we're going to have Sunday afternoon. We're going to do all the outdoor activities Sunday afternoon. So we're going from a day event to 2 days events, and people have the opportunity to come either Saturday or Sunday. But we're going to get to experience some of the activities that girls did 100 years ago, and some of activities that girls do today.
What's your favorite thing to do at camp?
Oh gosh, I think at Camp Coleman, it's our horse program.
Horse program, so incredible. Again, so many wonderful things offered at Camp Coleman. You've also brought some kind of sweet memorabilia here with you as well. Tell me what we got with us here.
So this is just this is a program, and it sort of reflects 100 days, 100 years of Camp Coleman. The original newsletter for Camp Coleman was called the Pine Cone. And so for 100 years, the 3 pine cones have always been reflective of what Camp Coleman.
Oh my goodness! Again, so I eat stuff like this up, Karen. I mean, you don't know me super well, other than just these few minutes we've spoken. But I love things like this, and again, we love that this tradition is carrying on in so many ways. Again, as we just wrap one more time, tell us, Camp Coleman registration's still open for the summer. It's not too late,
Sure.
right? If girls want to
Sure.
come by.
I mean, there's still people can come visit us all weekend.
Okay.
So Saturday from 10 to 2, Sunday 11 to 3, but if you have a girl that's currently a Girl Scout or a girl that's not a Girl Scout, please, we have summer camp openings and have a great experience in the outdoors.
Awesome, and you see those links there on your screen to sign up. Karen, thank you again so much for what you're doing. Again, we know that you are carrying on history for this next young class of young ladies, and we're so excited to think what they're going to continue to accomplish. So thank you so much for being
I appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Karen. All right, meanwhile.